Welcome to RUF After Dark with your hosts, Beard and Weird.
I'm Beard.
And this is Weird. Buckle your backpack and grab your knapsack because you're on RUF After Dark.
This week's show will include the usual mishaps of Thursday night, arts and crafts, the next big thing in men's fashion, and we'll also be introducing another member of our team. Before we get into the meat of the show, over-under prediction, Ben Socks. How long will he go before he actually puts on a pair?
For me, I'm going... are we talking weeks here?
Could be. However long you want. I mean, he's from the mountains.
He's from the mountains, which means he can withstand the cold longer than most people. So I'm going to say, I'm in weeks here, I'm going to say probably... I'm giving it three weeks before socks are seen.
Interesting. I'm going to say, how far is Halloween? I'm going to say before. I'm going to say...
Before Halloween.
I'm going to say he's going to go till Halloween. November 1st, he puts on a pair of socks.
I like that. November 1st. Now, to get on to the main topic here, Thursday night, and more importantly, opening game, we opened with rock, paper, scissors. If you recall... last week, we went into a little detail about Kyle's introduction of rock, paper, scissors and how that went over. Beard, your thoughts on this?
My thoughts? More like my knots. I mean, we had great hopes for Claire. She had a lot of youth, a lot of talent. I had just a good idea of what was going to happen, and rock, paper, scissors happened.
Now, would you say something like this is going to be a trend or something
it's easy to follow the other MC's leads and just be lazy and just do a run-of-the-mill game, but I think Claire will bounce back.
I agree. I think Claire is someone that...
I want Claire to bounce back. Everyone does.
Everyone's expecting it. I mean, granted, there's that one moment of happiness when you're the ultimate winner, but for everyone else who lost, it's kind of like, that was fun.
Yeah.
What's next?
Totally.
I don't know. But MC, Claire... still bringing that, poppin', happy, excited to be here.
There's a unique vibe that really attracts people. And that's
not like, opening up with, slides of what RUF stands for. That was something that really got me excited. Right.
People like to know. People like to get in context of what they're doing.
For me, I'm more of a visual guy. And when Claire comes up with, the big RUF and, what it stands for, it really, really makes you sit up and pay attention.
Right. They're broadcasting to all types of learners, and that's where RUF really excels.
Okay, but we went into great detail about this last week. The music and what we expected, the ups and downs. This week's music...
I mean, after last week's catastrophe of Joe Houston on the drums...
Oh, my.
What happened this week?
We brought in a new drum player.
Yeah,
and let me tell you, the music was nice. The
music was
smooth. It was smooth. That's a great word. Smooth. And we also had the harmonica.
Right. The harmonica really tied it together. I felt like I was at a John Foreman concert.
I mean, we didn't use it all the time, but occasionally you just hear that little harmonica in the background and you're just like, whoa.
And he's like, where am I? Oh, I'm at RUF.
No, what?
Wow.
Wow. But at the same time, we had some songs that, I'm going to be honest, I didn't really know. And I don't know if a lot of people know.
And I'm for it. I mean,
I'm all about learning new songs.
Don't get me wrong here.
But I don't feel like...
But it is a problem when nobody knows the words and the slides don't work. Because then we're all just kind of standing there like, well, now we're...
And you got the lead singer up there. They're kind of singing, but you don't know what they're saying. You can't pick up exactly.
And then it gets awkward. But then they always recover and get the slides going, so it picks up. But
and then, yeah.
I just hope that doesn't come a trend as well. New year, new possibilities. We still have time.
It's week 4. Week 4.
Yeah.
Plenty of room to grow.
Yeah.
Improve. But the big thing, Brian's message and his analogy. What were your thoughts on his analogy? We went away from movies.
He went with the current approach, which I like. He referenced Instagram, which everyone has, I guess.
Unless you were born in before 1950, I'm pretty sure you know what Instagram is.
Right.
And for a college campus, we all know what Instagram was.
So I think people were content with it, and they also wanted to listen, which is what I think he wants. I mean, people are interested.
Now, what were your thoughts on him using grace?
Well, I like the fictional character of Grace because
But let's not forget we have a new freshman, Grace.
do we?
We do, yeah.
Wow, I'm out of the loop.
You are out of the loop. Beard.
Who is this Grace?
She's a music major.
Grace. Oh, the violin. Oh, duh.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I know
Grace.
Grace. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Grace is chill.
At first, I wasn't quite sure if Brian was referencing Grace herself, but
Yeah,
then,
that was kind of. I don't think he was referencing Grace.
no, I don't. I mean, for people that thought it, let me tell you
Anyway,
something. No,
Grace though. Grace is trying out for the Lincoln Orchestra, right?
yeah, she auditioned on sometime this past week, and I don't know. Granted, she's a freshman, but
She might go places.
she's going places.
RUF's own Grace, the violinist.
Going places. Keep your eye on Grace.
Boom.
Boomskis right there. But afters.
Yeah.
Afters took
Afters
a hit.
Afters can either bring people together or pull people apart, and I'm just gonna say it flat out. It pulled people apart.
I
I don't know if we've had a good afters this year, so I thought this week would be all right. We're gonna have a great one.
I thought so too.
It's all gonna be. We're gonna forget about week one catastrophe with signs. I mean, it rained during kickball.
That's
I thought we
rough.
were gonna go places, but here's what happened. Paul, you want to fill him in?
Well, what I came to, I thought it was always the MC who came up with afters, but then I discovered it was Kyle, and Kyle loves settlers.
There's few things he likes more than signs, and one of them is settlers.
And so for him, it was like no brainer. We're playing settlers. Everyone's gonna love this. Opens up with it.
Well, 10 minutes after he announces game night, there's like 6 people left for afters.
Yeah, well, we
because
start the
nobody
show-
wants
we
to play
start the
board
show. There's
games
like-
at RUF.
There's 30 people that showed up. We say we're playing. It's game night. Settlers is gonna be one of them. Next thing we know,
And then-
there's 6 people left.
And there's another board game that Eric brought, and he checked it out from Love Library, which I will give props because I didn't know they had board games.
Neither did I. He did bring one last year to our Bible study, Trains, which I thought was pretty fun. I'm not sure
Yeah.
about this past game. I heard some people liked it.
Eric's he's kind of the board game guy.
Eric is a game guy.
He's a gamer.
I mean, he's not the traditional gamer.
He's not like
you
the
think
video
of.
gamer. He's like
No.
the
He's
cards
old
and
school
board
gamer.
games and playing dice on the streets. I can see him doing that.
He's a hustler. I mean, old time.
Hustler,
I could see him in the
baby.
old West. He'd be the guy in the saloon playing poker with the top hat and the monocle.
Anyway, though, we established that game night was probably the second worst ever. I think first was week 1 signs. I mean,
Week 1 signs. I don't think. Yeah, game night
he has
is
the
just above
nerve.
that.
He has the nerve to play signs on week 1.
He's-
That's a whole nother. That could be a whole nother podcast.
That could be a whole different.
But what do you give the grade for this week?
Grade is for the week. I'm giving it.
A through F. Can't use E.
I'm giving it a C plus.
I was gonna say C plus, but I'll say a C normal, just because. I mean, afters was an F, but the message and music were.
Message and
You're
music
not
is
gonna hear
only-
better.
yeah.
You're not gonna hear better if you're gonna have harmonica. I mean, if Koenig stays part of like the rotation,
Mm-hmm.
there's good things coming. And we got rid of the drum catastrophe.
We got rid of our fill-in drummer.
Yeah,
which
I'm gonna say
God forbid he ever comes
if it weren't
back.
for signs in rock paper scissors, I mean, it might have been an
That-
A.
that's bringing-
'Cause
yeah, that's gonna-
Claire's
that's giving it an F.
promising. Yeah, but I'm gonna go a solid C.
C plus C. Grade of the week.
That's the rundown for Thursday night RUF.
And now it's time for festivities of the week. Beard, what do you got for us in the crafts department?
Well, weird. In crafts this week, I'm bringing back kind of a lost art of culture in America, which is knitting. Kids, teenagers, adults, everyone should knit, and nobody does it anymore, it seems like. So I'm just going to get you excited about knitting real quick. What if I told you there was different stitches, like in through the front door, around the back, out through the window, and off jumps Jack. Those are all knit stitches that exist, and people are so caught up with Instagram and Pinterest and TPing other people's house, whatever they do. I mean, knitting should be a daily accessory of culture, and it's not. And I want to make it back. Teaching kids to knit. What do you got, Beard?
For all you fun bakers out there, I got a recipe that's going to blow your socks off. I'm talking about chunky cheesecake brownies. Melt in your mouth, elegant chocolate brownies marbled with cheesecake make fabulous squares. This is by far the most requested recipe we have. If that doesn't get you pumped up to make some of these, I don't know what will, because I mean, I'm already getting ready to bake my own batch. So Check it out on Facebook. We got the recipe there, along with some of those great knitting stitches.
Think about that. Knitting, recipes. Why would you ever even leave your house?
It's all right there.
As you know, this podcast and RUF in general is really into men's fashion. If you've met Dan or any of those guys, you can tell they're super trendy. So one thing we're going to highlight right now is denim accessories, as in jean jackets, jean shorts, in particular, a denim necklace. You can make these at home, people. Paul, weird Paul. Would you ever wear a denim accessory?
Yes, and in fact, we have a picture of Beard himself wearing a denim necklace. You should check that out on our Facebook page.
As we promised, here's the newest member of the team. Here's Joe Houston with a cup of Joe.
All right. Hey, guys. Thanks for having me. The show's looking great. A lot of potential I see out of it. I just want to talk about my other show, just different content. If you want to check me out, it's RUF After Dark, Cup of Joe. And you're going to learn something. So just saddle up, and I'm going to hit you with the Bald Eagle Patch of Knowledge.
And now it's time for Things That Annoy Us. For me, it's shopping carts with a bad wheel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You walk into the store, you grab that cart, you start off, and by the time you realize you have the cart with the bad wheel, it's too late to turn around. And now you're wandering through the store with a car with a bad wheel, looking like a second-rate citizen.
It's embarrassing.
A hooligan, if you will.
Oh, I will.
And all the time you're getting these stares from people, and you just want to look at them and say, it's not me, it's the cart. Don't blame me. I'm a good person. It's my car. And the biggest place you can actually find this is the 27th Street Walmart.
The famous 27th Street Walmart.
It's shady not only for the people who work there, but for the carts they supply.
Yeah, just as like a side point, there's two Walmarts in Lincoln. One's shady, that's the 27th. One's not. That one, they're polar opposites, but you should check them both out. Email us with your thoughts.
Beard, what annoys you?
For me, it's hot classrooms. In particular, Moral Hall 141. If you've had a class there, they probably have a range of classes, but you go down this staircase, and it's awkward to go down there in the first place. And you get in there, and it is like a sauna. It is so hot in there. You just don't want to do anything.
First time I walked down there, I didn't know if I was coming out alive.
Right. It's probably the least attended class because nobody wants to go. It's so hot. And if you see those kids walking around campus with pit stains, I'm gonna put a nickel on that they were in Moral Hall.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. Things that annoy us, let us know. And now it's time for Fails of the Week. Beard, take it away.
The Correc flag football intramural game.
Fail.
Okay, well, it was a blowout.
We were mercy ruled equals fail.
Fair enough. There was a lack of senior presence, in particular. Liz Merritt.
Fail.
Yeah, that's a fail. But after that, there was the guys' game. We're directly after.
Fail.
Okay, well, why was that a fail?
There was a no-show by the other team, which
is that really a fail on us, though?
It's not a fail on us, but it's a fail. It's a failed event.
Well, anyway, we're 2-0 now. Thanks, Patriots. That was the team we were playing. Bunch of scrubs. Anyway, after the guys' game was the men's Bible study, which may have resulted in one of the biggest fails of the year.
Obviously the fail of the year.
Obviously.
Easily. And the reason Brian Brown forgetting to show up.
This afternoon, he texted us and said, "So, Bible study tonight?" And we said, "Yeah. See you then." Didn't show up.
Pulling a no-show to his own Bible study. In my book, that's an easy fail of the
year.
We
look like a bunch of second-class citizens.
Fail of the year.
Now into the sports segment. Last week, we did the RUF men's flag football team, and this week we'll be looking at the Correc team. Weird, you want to kick us off?
I'm talking about the Correc game. I'm talking about the Correc team. And for more on that, we're going to look at the outlook. We're going to look at the new players, if you will. First off, I want to start with Jen at QB. Last year, she's coming off an impressive season with impressive numbers. This year, she obviously starts off with a rough start, throwing 3 pick-sixes. We can't have that on our team. She needs to improve that easily. Claire's efforts. Obviously, she's always going to be out there with a smile. If you're not having fun, you look over, she's going to inspire you to play better. Third of all, we got newcomers. Newcomers ranging from all sorts of ages. We have Tori. Tori coming in big time out of nowhere. She's a sophomore. I expect great things out of her. We also got Bree. Bree did not show up last year, but I'm not disappointed with her. She's here this year. Great things out of her. Third of all, we had a freshman, Carly. Carly coming in at QB, backing up Jen. That's going to be a great addition to this team. For me, this is going to be a great year. Regardless of the Mercy Rule first game, I'm expecting great things.
Wow. I just got my sports fix for the week. Reminder, answer the fan question of the week. Ben Dement, he hasn't worn socks. Tell us what you think. Pin it to our Pinterest boards, write on our Facebook wall, email us. rufafterdark@gmail.com, 2Ks. And also the band of the week. This week's band, Towers. Spell the word Towers, Towers. Take out the E, add an apostrophe. That's really hipster. Think about it. Look them up. They're super underground.
This has been RUF After Dark. We hope to see you next time.